Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Supercar Advocates. I'm Lee, and what we have is a 650S McLaren. Thanks to McLaren Sydney for this opportunity to review this car and provide you guys with the show. Alright guys, we are now rocking with the McLaren 650S. This has to be the most comfortable sports car that I've been in. The ride is absolutely flawless. It is so comfortable. It's got some torsion bars, it's all electronic, so there's no sway bars. And it just controls it electronically, and it is so precise, it is so good. This car is a 641 brake horsepower beast. It does 0 to 100 in only 3 seconds, and it's got a top speed of over 300 kilometers per hour and a quarter mile of speed of 10.6 seconds. That is ludicrous. Wow, this car's a joy to drive. It really is. Just hear the twin turbos. You hear the turbo boost kick in, the turbo winds up, then you hear a slight little blow off, and that comes from the external wastegate. That is so awesome. You know, everybody says, oh, the McLarens don't have a soul, you know, they're not like a Ferrari or Lambo. Okay, they're slightly different. They don't have the pedigree nor the heritage, but they do have some heritage. When Bruce McLaren, a New Zealander, used to race cars around, and he won a few different races. And, you know, not to mention a McLaren F1 car. Come on, guys, that's the best hypercar ever made back in the 90s. But this car here does have something. Alright, it lacks the sound, it lacks the feel of what the other cars have, but it's so precise, it's so technologically correct. That's what this car is. It's something that you won't find in any other car. We've driven the Lamborghinis, driven the Ferraris, and this is a different ball game altogether. On a technological front, this car will kick ass. This car has balls. It is so damn quick. This car is ergonomically correct. The seats are so comfortable, everything is in the right place. There is nothing that I could fault. The gear shifters are in the right place, they move with the steering wheel, so mounted on the actual steering wheel. So when you turn in corners and you want to change gears, you can. They're just there. The brakes, the pedals, they're not offset to the left nor to the right, they're centered. Everything is perfect. The seats are amazing, they're so comfortable. We've driven this car, put 150 Ks on it, and the seats are so perfect. I have no backpakes, no nothing whatsoever. It's like they molded this car around a human being for the first time. Absolutely everything is so beautifully laid out in this car. The center console, the functions, the functionality, the radio controls, the voice control system, the air conditioning. It's all at your fingertips. It's just an arm's reach away. It's so easy to use, so simple, yet so advanced. You've got to look at this. Everything is touchscreen. You've got a phone set up here, media, radio. And it just quality is so comfortable. I don't know how to explain it to you. I'm going over road bumps and humps and you barely feel them. It's like driving a BMW M3. You can pretty much relate it to that. So it's still comfortable, yet sporty, but very comfortable. You're gonna have a lot of fun driving this car. If a track day is what you want to do, You can put this car in T mode, in track mode, and it just turns into a track day weapon. Otherwise, on the road, this car's so elegant, so prestigious, so beautiful. It drives so smoothly. You enjoy it. You can actually park this car. It's so easy to park. There's reverse cameras, there are sensors on it. It's so nimble, it's so easy to drive around town. And we're just getting around in it. You know what? It's so comfortable. You just don't actually feel like you're in a supercar. So what can we call this car? Is this car a chameleon of a supercar? It changes. Believe me, it changes from a daily driver, everyday car to an all-out sports car. And you can pretty much say hypercar because of its speeds and the power, and not to mention the turbo sounds that's produced through the exhaust and the car. It's just wow. It's enough to make a grown man cry with tears of joy. And I think this car provides a lot of joy, and there's plenty of joy to be had sitting in this seat and pressing the accelerator and using this car to its potential. Even if you're not using it to its potential, it's a gorgeous car to drive. Once you press the accelerator in this car, it's hold on. The car just keeps going and going. It does not stop until you tell it to stop. And when you want to tell it to stop, you better press those brakes. Oh man, this car does fly. It's got some guts, that's for sure. The brakes are unrivaled. They're just so awesome. The car just stops. It accelerates, stops so quickly. Really, what can you fault? It's a track weapon. They're fast around the track. The proof is there all over the internet. Maybe it's too refined. That's the problem with this car. It's too refined. You lose the feeling of you driving the car because the car aids and drives you pretty much. All you have to do is steer the steering wheel in the direction that you want to go in, and it takes you there. It does everything else for you. It's got all the gadgets installed. It's easy to drive. So if you're somebody that's scared of cars or scared of a very quick car, this car will pretty much look after you, so you don't need to be scared. There's so many positive aspects about the McLaren brand, and there's so much history behind it, and the guys are always evolving. They're always changing and always researching for the latest technology, and they're applying it to their cars quicker and better than any other car maker, and that's something that we've got to applaud them. Guys, that was an awesome drive. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and we'll see you real soon. Cheers.